Hi, this is Jen Hausauer-Klepitz coming to you from the Playhouse for Medicine Hat Musical Theater. And today I'm going to be interviewing some of the cast and crew of the upcoming pantomime, A Christmas Carol. And today with me is Tony Carlson playing the man himself, Scrooge. Hi, Tony.
Hi, Jen.
So this isn't your first time being in a panto in the Playhouse.
No.
What keeps you coming back?
It's just a really fun thing to do. It's kind of, I guess, not really much else like it, even in theater. You get to be goofy, creative. There's a lot of improvisation that we do on set, and then I guess it then gets written into the script, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, collaborative comedy effort, I guess.
And you get to improvise with the audience as well. Is that something you enjoy?
That's probably my favorite part, is the audience interaction, and that's unique too. It's encouraged. We look for that, and I think it's more fun for the audience too. So the more, I guess, that we can get people involved, either just with laughter and crowd participation back and forth, or even bringing little kids up and making them actually involved in certain scenes, it's really, really fun. I like playing villains for that reason, I guess. I mean, nobody gets picked on more than the villain, which is cool.
Right, it's kind of funner to play the bad guy, isn't it? Yeah. Has there been you know, like during the whole rehearsals and all that kind of fun stuff, has there been an experience with the Christmas Carol that really sticks out for you?
Yeah, I get to do it with my son. He plays the younger version of me in the show, which is really cool. He started doing theater when he was probably, I guess, 6 years old, and he's 16 years old now. And so just the last few years that I've been doing pantomimes, and we've been doing it together, and he's moving into his last year of high school next year, so this might be our last show for a while, so it's pretty special.
Well, it is Christmas, and every penny counts. Well, hurry up, or we'll be late for our meeting. Do you think I should take my teeth out, or leave them in? Oh, leave them in, dear. But you should cover up your most wonderful lipstick. Yes, cover up your most wonderful... You have a mole. Nice to mole you. I mean, meet you. Oh, don't say mole. Mole, 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 mole. Right then. Here we go.
On second thought, that won't be necessary. Here's a shilling, and Merry Christmas, ladies.
And with me now is Jackson Moore, who's playing the Ghost of Christmas Past. Hi, Jackson, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. So this is your third panto now with us here at Medicine Hat Musical Theater. What keeps you coming back?
They're just so much fun, and you know, the people in it have really become like a family to me. Like, we're all really close, very supportive, and you know, it's just such a fun show for everyone involved, and that's what it is, the fun show of the year. And
it is a pretty classic story. What kind of twist can we expect from this pantomime?
Well, it's definitely not the Christmas Carol that you're probably used to. There's definitely a lot of iconic characters that you're going to know, and still with the characters that you know from the original story, but they're going to be different. Everyone's put their own kind of spin on the classic characters, and then we've thrown in some fun out there ones as well.
And there's also a lot of interaction with the crowd. Are you excited to finally get an audience and interact with them?
Yeah, you know, rehearsing the jokes all over and over again, they get kind of bland, but as soon as there's an audience out there and they're feeding off you, everything just goes really well and turns out really nice.
And are you really comfortable with that improvising with the crowd?
Yeah, it's definitely daunting to not know what the crowd's gonna say, but it usually turns out really well, and there's always, you can always play off that.
You could just be a fragment of French fry, or a morsel of Big Mac, or perhaps an undigested crust of pizza. Ooh, pizza! It's as though you've read my mind. I've got the midnight munchies. Bang! Ah! What did you do that for? I'm bloody near 150 years old!
And with me now is producer and Ghost of Christmas Future, Paul Parks. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good, doing good.
So, Paul, you are a super duper pantomime professional. You have been in lots of the awesome shows that we have put on here at Medicine Hat Musical Theater for the pantomimes. What is your favorite part about pantomimes?
Well, I think the best part of the pantomime is the fact that you can kind of loosen up a little bit, silly jokes, silly puns, but can break the fourth wall and really interact with the kids, the family, the crowd. And that improv kind of piece of it every time, every show is different, and especially with little kids yelling things and interacting, it's really nice to be able to break that fourth wall. So that's one of the key things that kind of brings the Panto family, keep bringing us back again and again.
And for you, Paul, this show was a lot different because you were producer and actor. So how did that go for you?
Going good. I mean, we'll see how the show turns out. So I think it's going awesome. But you know, part of it is the learning the stage side, but then learning all the stuff that goes in the background to make a show like this possible. And then the big part of that is here, everybody's a volunteer. So for every one or two people you see up on stage, there's probably 3 or 4 people that have done something in the background to make sure that the show happens. And that's kind of the interesting thing to see in the community, how everyone pitches in and how it really is not just the Panto, but the theater as a family, and everything done here is kind of volunteer, and organizing and coordinating that is kind of an interesting new thing to learn, but lots and lots of fun too.
And you mentioned like interacting with the families for the pantomimes too. Is that a part that you really enjoy, is working off of the crowd?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and just playing each one, how they interact and how they, each joke, how the crowd receives it differently each time, and then it's very different when we do an adult night versus when we do a matinee where it's a bunch of kids, and it's actually kind of nice how you don't have to change the play very much, and they can kind of be different, kind of funny to both crowds, and they love it, but interacting with them is one of the really, you never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
And you got to stay in character and interact and have fun, and it's always wild and crazy and it's fun. So
the family evening shows are November 30th, December 7th, December 13th, and December 14th at 7:30 p.m. There's also family matinees, December 2nd and December 9th at 2 p.m. And the adult shows are December 1st, December 8th, and December 15th at 8 p.m. For more information, go to mhmtheater.com or call 403-502-3477.